Alright, welcome back to episode 22 now of Dead and Friends. When we last left off, the posse had arrived in Perry, Oklahoma. Graves, I believe, sorted out getting some items from the attackers on the train that they don't really need anymore. Namely all their guns and money and...
all of their guns and money.
Evidence.
Yeah.
Evidence.
And their cigarettes. I need their cigarettes.
And their cigarettes.
Are we in the era of pre-packed cigarettes yet? Who knows? Does he hand-roll his cigs?
I think it's...
You've been saying that he hand-rolls his cigs.
Yeah, I know, but is he like an old-timer that hands-roll his cigs? Or all the new-fangled 10-year-olds smoking pre-rolled cigs? Or
resellable evidence.
Alright, so Graves was off doing that, and he spoke to the sheriff, and he's got a nice little haul for himself. It's still that morning. We'll switch to what Wilhelm and Chenoa are doing that morning.
Yep.
But before we do that,
spirit roll.
as always, spirit roll and vigor roll, please. Now, did you increase your vigor, Graves?
it is up by 1. I did that last session.
Yeah.
Oh, I explode. I get an ace. I'm good.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I got an explode. I'm rocking no negatives at the moment. No, I'm rocking a -1. I still pass though, so I'm good.
Sweet. Beautiful.
It's gonna be so relevant, apparently.
It is. It is relevant. It's very relevant to me.
I mean, not in an episode where I'm going to the hunting grounds. Bye, Gray.
Oh, yeah.
You don't know
You guys
that for
all
sure.
have fun with the
I mean, it could still be relevant. It could still be relevant.
This is the Wilhelm Chenoa episode. Graves is relaxing after he obliterated. He sent too many spirits to the Shadow Realm yesterday.
Now sinking spirits in the bar.
Also, when we left off last session, I was being a fucking idiot because I was sitting there looking at how much points I need to do to, like, summon a spirit, and I don't need to summon a spirit. Ask the Spirits covers summoning the spirit as well. Summoning the spirit is a different thing. So, Brad, how many points do I need? Is it like a minor issue, major issue, a very major issue to ask about this guy who is listed on the poster looking for Whateley's? Also, I think it's really relevant to mention that Chenoa is trying to get as much information on this guy as she can, and the spirits don't really like looking forward or backward too far, so for every 5 years that it goes in either direction, it costs an extra appeasement point.
5 years?
Yeah.
What are you talking about, bro? 5 years? Who knows? I don't know.
It's so far.
Well,
It's really good.
It depends. If you want, it'll be a cost of 5 if you want a clue for the identity of the man on the poster, Declan Poole.
It's mostly a who is this man and why does he want Whateley's?
Okay. And, that would definitely be a major matter. That'll be AP 10.
A very major?
Yes.
Okay, because like a very major is like outcomes of wars and shit like that. Okay, but it's fine. Last time, does she need to go forward or backwards in time at all?
In regards to what?
The query, is it asking the spirit about anything that's like long ago happened?
No, it's
or
current events.
current events. Fantastic. So it still only costs 10 points, and she managed to save up 12 just from the rituals she's already done here.
Yep. Okay.
So she can just pay for that.
Oh, okay. So, and you're locating a separate spirit?
I don't need to. That's the thing that I brought up is like it's all covered under Ask the Spirits because
Are you?
You don't need to do multiple spells. It's all contained within this one.
Yeah,
spell.
and you're in
Yeah.
the hunting grounds for this.
Yes.
Okay.
And it like literally I was reading over the books yesterday.
How monkeys poor are we gonna get? Because that is one question.
Yes, you can only ask a single question, and your wording is important because spirits are naturally very cryptic.
Now, there is God, you're making me look something up already. I saw it recently. There's something that Chenoa can do to make them less cryptic.
Spirits don't like to grant these requests. That's why your appeasement cost is so high, and you can try to talk them into providing more accurate answers.
It's also okay. So basically, once the favor has been granted, so once they give me the answer, or like when they're giving me the answer, I can make a spirit roll. The TN is 9, so it's a hard spirit roll. On a success, the spirit has an answer, but it's vague and warped in a riddle, and each raise makes the answer clearer.
Okay.
Now, on a failure, it doesn't provide any information at all. It just fucks off.
Nice.
Oh, wow, interesting question. Goodbye.
Yeah, basically.
Why is he doing this? That's a good question. Maybe you should go figure it out.
Yeah, good luck, buddy.
Why is he doing this? For his own reasons. Goodbye.
I hope I was informative.
Yeah,
Sorry.
but like, so I feel like such an idiot because at the end of last session I was sitting there like, I need to summon a spirit. No, the summon the spirit spell is completely different. That is me showing up and being like, hey spirit, come to the material plane and do this thing for me. And it being like, okay boss.
That's if
Maybe.
That's if you want to be a Scooby-Doo villain, or you want to like haunt a graveyard or something.
No, that would be bind spirit, which is ghost medicine, and Chenoa doesn't mess with that because she's a good girl. Alright, so I'm going to spend the 10 points and I'm going to roll my spirit to try and get a clearer answer from this thing.
Ghost medicine, as opposed to regular medicine.
Alright, I get an explode. Okay, so that's a 9, so that's a 21, which is a success and a raise. So it is a little bit clearer.
Okay.
It is not a complete riddle. It is, very specifically, it says, on a success, the spirit has an answer, but it's vague and wrapped in a riddle. Each raise makes the answer clearer.
Okay.
So it's not a hard riddle.
It's not so much going to be a riddle as it is vague, but the spirit that you locate, and it doesn't really speak to you, it more projects thoughts into your head more than anything. But you can hear like a vocalization in your mind. The spirit says that Declan Poole seeks to bring about the old ways which humanity followed for thousands of years. The spirit that once walked on the earth will return and take his rightful place at the top of the mountain.
That's either really good or really, really
Can
bad.
Chenoa do some sort of roll because she's less of an idiot than me? Okay. I feel like I should have been writing that down.
So, to me, that sounds like a good thing.
I don't think that is a good thing
No,
at all.
I've got a theory, right? Because however humanity was living for thousands of years pre-reckoning was good. Like, there weren't spirits fucking with people, whatever. Whatever the situation was, the status quo before the reckoning, as far as we can tell, is pure upside for humanity. So, whatever this, bringing it back to before the reckoning, to me, sounds like pure upside.
It might not be pure upside. Like, the Manitos and that had free reign of shit as well. I think the Reckoners were around.
They were, but they didn't like, they weren't ghosts and demons running around, bringing the dead back to life on a daily basis.
I think there were.
Yeah, but it's a lot. It was fine. It was
like,
good.
There was supernatural stuff in the world before the reckoning, for sure, but it wasn't anywhere near the extent that it currently is in the West.
It sounds like a strict upgrade. I don't know. Maybe this guy's got. Maybe he's not a bad guy. To be fair, like 60%, I would say 80% of Whateley's are bad eggs.
Yeah.
So hunting Whateley's. I'm just saying, as a walking government psyop who does do that, I will say probably not the worst thing he's done. Maybe he's just the goals are good, the methods are bad. Maybe.
No,
You look at me like I'm such a piece of shit.
no, it's fine. It's fine.
Oh yeah, because he's just sitting there like, yeah, kill my character. Great.
No, I'm
Great.
No,
you say that.
that's not. That's fine. Don't even worry about it.
Look, there's a lot of Whateleys that are going to die, and the sooner we accept that,
Yeah.
the sooner the world's going to get
Okay,
better.
but can we keep the good one that got the good end of the genetic stick?
I said some. I didn't say all.
No.
Okay, sorry.
Absolute Whateley death. 11,987,000 dead Whateleys.
Billions must die.
The spirit world has fallen. Billions will die.
I want a picture. I want a picture of Grace as the fucking Chud.
Oh, he's the Chad.
Yeah.
I'm the Chad.
Yeah,
You
no.
can't oh no, I've been depicted. It's the.
Yeah.
I'm fucking George. I'm Costanza from Seinfeld. They depicted me as the soy jack, Jerry. Me.
You were given a very not so helpful answer.
I
Are
mean,
you
I
going to
can-
return to meat space?
The thing is, like, Chenoa's gotten the answer that she needs from this, and she is, like, she had 2 points left over that are now stored in her eagle, so her eagle is back up to 6 points. This is great. I'm very tempted to have her return to meat space, but I think she's going to come back to the hunting grounds afterwards. But we'll get to that. I guess, like, she's going to end her vision quest.
Yeah.
Oh, actually no, because she paid for 2 hours. And she spent an hour here and then asked this one question. She could try to ask another follow-up question about this guy. Do you guys have anything that you think she should ask about this guy while she's here?
I've got a question Chenoa might think of. Who is the spirit that wishes to return instead of top the mountain?
I feel like that's going to be another very major issue.
Yeah, you could spend 5 for a clue, or 10 for a
More oblique him.
It'll kind of depend, because she's only got, like, a little under an hour left. So, I don't know if she'll be able to get enough points to ask another 10. She will try to do another ritual to ask the spirits, and then can I base what level I get based off how many points she gets?
Yep.
Okay, so she's going to spend 30 minutes doing another paint ritual, and hopefully... okay, so I got an 11, and because I'm here I get plus 4, so that's 15. So she does succeed, but she only manages to get to 4 points. So she gets 4 points, and now she'll do a simple painting, which is a 10-minute one, because she has the time to do that. And she gets there, so she does get enough points.
You would have 6 points now because you get double in the
I
spirit
get
world.
double, but that means she has 8 points.
Oh, hey, Jesus.
So she'll spend the 5 points to get the clue as to who the spirit is that wants to return instead of top the mountain.
Okay. So, yeah, you paid the payment value of 5.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So, the answer that you get is spirit went by many names and many faces all throughout your history.
It's definitely the devil, you guys.
I was going to say I was literally thinking the exact opposite. It's Jesus. I was legit going to be like, it is actually Jesus. No, hear me out, right? Every time Jesus dies, there's like, hear me out, right? There's every culture that has a Christianity has its own version of Jesus with a slightly different face and a different name, right?
That's true about the devil too.
No. The devil, Satan, is a very specific. He's very localized in a specific place, right? Hindus don't have a Satan in the same way that we do. Same with like ancient pagans. And then, Jesus dies, and then like a few hundred years later we get another prophet, and then that prophet dies, and then we get a few hundred. We get another prophet. I'm just saying, it could be Jesus. It turns out this whole campaign just ends with us being like, and that's why God is real. And the whole thing is just a psyop by the Catholic Church.
So, Chenoa's been sitting on Wilhelm's bed for like the last 2 hours. What has Wilhelm been doing?
Wilhelm's been reading his book. Like doors closed, the door's locked, the windows it's got light coming in, but like he's probably got the blinds drawn. He doesn't want people looking in at the best of times.
I imagine we're on like a second floor somewhere.
You
'cause
are.
We're up from a saloon.
Oh yeah. No, then the window will be open. He won't be working by gaslight.
There'll be a few people out in the street.
But they're like
Working,
down.
but-
Yeah, they're down. They can't look in through the window and see the whole room.
Yeah.
So Wilhelm has been reading his book. He has been going at it yet more, getting another 2 hours in on
Hoyles. Excellent.
And Graves would be back by now, right?
Yeah, Graves will return.
Yeah, you would hear Graves stomping up the stairs.
I
And
wouldn't.
do we have shared rooms or individual rooms?
Individual.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the other guy paid for it.
Oh yeah. Graves. It's just like
Speaking of, you guys haven't seen him all morning.
That's fine.
I mean, I haven't. My eyes are closed.
Does the saloon owner have any issue with me carrying in a literal armload of guns? Just walks in, he's just carrying this huge amount of.
Given
all
that
these
it's
guns.
morning and like there's no one really in there, and he's kind of in the middle of like cleaning up.
He's cleaning a
He's like
glass.
sweeping the floor, and he looks over and he's like, You trying to fit out an army?
Just going over some evidence, sir. Don't you worry about it. Marshal business.
Look, I'm all for open carry, but that's a lot of guns right there.
Graves is just gonna look at it and he'll be like, I can tip.
Well, your pal only paid for one night, so you'll better clear out soon, unless you want to stay another night.
Give me a minute to put these in my room. And then you'll go upstairs.
Yeah, all I'm saying is you could carry all them upstairs, or you could leave them down here if you're going to hit the road anyway.
I need to confer with my traveling companions.
All right. Just don't break anything.
Will do, sir.
He watches you as you ascend the stairs, and he kind of just like shakes his head.
I just feel like, is Graves actually coming to see us? Or is he going to his room to like...
You would hear heavy footsteps coming up the stairs, because, I mean, Graves is a pretty light guy, but
He's stealthy as shit.
He's carrying,
Like 10, a couple of kilos worth of munitions.
Yeah.
He's probably got like...
he's actually probably struggling a fair bit. It's a fair bit of weight.
And he's got belts on him and stuff, like he'd have the holsters on his like their belts with the holsters on them that would be jingling, and probably I assume some of them maybe have bandoliers that are also jingling, just making shitloads of noise. And he's like up the stairs.
That's why I ask. Is like, is he coming to like Wilhelm or Chenoa's room is empty, but he doesn't know that. But is he coming to one of their rooms, or is he going to his room to like inspect the guns and find his new rifle?
I bought a new rifle.
Oh, right, you did.
I did buy a new rifle. But
why the fuck do you have all these rifles?
Because they're free.
Resale.
They're free, and also resale. I'm not getting a paycheck anytime soon, and you guys are poor as hell.
The government doesn't want you to notice, but the rifles you loot off your foes are free.
I can take them home. I have 673 rifles. No, I'm turning into every character I play where I just have 16 different weapons.
Yeah, I've noticed that.
Oh no,
you have a type.
This is Axe all over again.
And Hux.
Oh Jesus! Look, I'm not going to carry all of them. Graves is going to be like, Wilhelm.
Wilhelm scurries out of his room.
Yeah, he's just got an armload of weapons.
Sorry, that evil laugh was just me being like, Chenoa's awake now. Like, he's calling for you, and Chenoa just opens her eyes and she's like, oh, Graves needs help. And she just takes a couple of guns and they just all start misfiring.
Graves, can you roll me a deafness sleight of hand, please?
Oh,
you just shoot Wilhelm.
Sleight of hand? Oh, what the fuck, Brad? I don't suppose this could be anything else. 4.
So one of the bandoliers falls off your shoulder, and a few rounds of ammunition start rolling down the stairs.
Well, can I have a hand?
Yeah, Wilhelm's gonna scurry up and try and like collect it all before it goes too far or like is severely damaged or whatever.
You know what? No, Chenoa is coming out to help. She'll go down the stairs and get the couple that rolled down.
Yeah, you see the owner of the saloon is basically standing at the bottom of the stairs, cross-armed and just shaking his head.
Yeah, Chenoa's just like, real sorry about this.
He's like, I don't mean to be rude, but you and your pals need to get the fuck out.
He's a marshal.
I don't care. In this establishment, I am the law. Get the fuck out. Chenoa, you're still on the stairs, but you can see the actual main floor of the saloon. Coming through the door, you see Leopold, and he's carrying like a big backpack. It's full of traveling gear. It's got like a bedroll.
This is Mr. Irving, isn't it?
Yeah, it looks like it's got rope and a grappling hook on the side. It looks like he's just dropped a lot of money on traveling equipment, which he didn't have before.
Yeah.
And it looks like he's maybe fallen victim to a shopkeep who has convinced him that he's definitely going to need all of this stuff when he probably doesn't.
Yeah.
And the backpack is ridiculously large on him. Leopold's not a small guy, but it's the biggest backpack that you assume it's the biggest backpack.
Chenoa doesn't have a backpack, so she knows this is overkill.
It is super overkill. Like, if you were going to, on a massive walking expedition across the country, this thing would be great, but you guys are, going to be riding for the most part across Oklahoma. It's overkill.
Yeah.
Granted, maybe there's some useful stuff in there, but...
Does he have his own horse?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Anyway, Chenoa's just gonna be like, she's still not really sure about Mr. Irving. So she's just gonna look at the saloon owner. She's just like, as she like picks up the last of the rounds, she's just gonna be like, terribly sorry for the inconvenience. So maybe is there another place in town we might be able to stay for another night then, if you don't want us here?
You could try the boarding house.
And she's gonna look over at Irving and she's gonna be like, I mean, possibly our benefactor might be willing to pay a little extra if you don't mind us staying another night. Promise we won't cause no trouble.
Do you want to roll me a persuasion?
Is she pretty enough for this one?
Yes.
Yay! I just want to point out I got like 1d6 in this. I rolled a 5 and I get a +2, so that's 7.
He looks and his frown kind of loosens up a little bit, and he looks over to Leopold and he's like, "You gonna pay for another night?" Leopold looks a little bit shocked. He's like, I really kind of thought we were heading out.
Oh, do we need to head out? Do we need to stay now?
I still want to do some stuff in hunting grounds, and I can't do that in a share house.
Yeah, no.
And this guy wants us to leave.
But could you do it on the road? Like, in a camp?
She could, but not. She doesn't want to do it in front of Irving.
That's true.
And
Reasonable.
Wilhelm's made it pretty clear that he doesn't want it to be super obvious.
Yeah.
Is Irving willing to pay for another night?
He looks very reluctant because he's like, "Look, I really thought we were gonna hit the road. I was kind of looking forward to hitting the trail with you."
Don't worry, Mr. Irving. We're definitely gonna be hitting the road tomorrow, but we really do need a day to prepare. Mr. Graves has come back with arsenal that I'm sure he needs to deal with at some point, I presume.
You just gesture up and Graves is struggling to hold these guns.
Can you roll a persuasion?
She's not gonna get the pretty bonus for this guy, is she?
No.
What an absolute nerd.
Just do what the women want, nerd.
3.
He looks really disappointed, and he says, "Look, okay, fine, but."
She just like claps her hands together and she's just like, "Thank you so much, Mr. Irvin. Besides, this will give you a chance over dinner tonight to talk to Wilhelm a little bit more."
You can tell you failed your persuasion roll, and he does give in anyway, but you can tell it's definitely left a sour taste in his mouth.
Towards Chenoa specifically, but like she's trying to fix that by being like, "Wilhelm will be here. You can talk to him more."
Yeah, he looks very, very reluctant. But he does open up his wallet, which does look a little bit lighter now than it did before.
Graves is gonna shout down from the, because I assume it's like there's like it's like an open area. Graves is gonna be like, "I'm happy to pay for this night, seeing as we're putting you at such an inconvenience, Mr. Leopold."
No, it's fine. It's fine. He calls out and he pays the saloon owner. And you get the sense that the saloon owner gives him a look, and he's like, it's a look of, "You're getting taken for a ride, buddy."
This is Mr. Leopold. Would you please come up here? I'd like to talk to you a little bit before we head off anyway.
Yeah, alright. And he ascends the stairs with heavy footsteps under the weight of his backpack.
But before you take Leopold, like when you're like ushering Leopold to go wherever you're ushering him to go, Chenoa's just gonna come past Graves and just be like, "Can you please keep him busy for a couple of hours? Mm-hmm. Thank you." And then she's gonna walk over to Wilhelm and be like, "We're going on a trip."
Yeah. Wilhelm's probably just gonna be like, "Hold on, I'll go put my jacket on."
Yeah, and she's like, "No." And she's gonna like gesture back to your room.
Yeah, cool. Wilhelm's just going to walk back to his room. Doesn't know what Chenoa's talking about. So he's just gonna be like, "I'm just gonna assume we're going out, so I'm gonna go, like, get my stuff to go."
No, she's gonna be like, "Alright, so I did my thing earlier. You saw that. I know you were worried about, like, how obvious it would be. It's not. Would you like to go with me to see Morgan?"
Oh, yes. I would very much like that.
I'm gonna be honest, I haven't done this before with someone else, so I'm kind of like guessing a little bit, but it should be fine.
Alright. I trust you.
Alright, and she's gonna like lead you over to the bed and sit you down on the bed, and she's like cross-legged in front of you on the bed, and she's like, alright, so I'm gonna paint your face as well as mine.
Okay.
Because basically I'm gonna need to like...
I need to be part of the ritual. I think I can grasp that.
Yeah. So when you want to do a ritual for someone else, normally you have to do the ritual to them. So for instance, it very specifically says in the books, like, if you want to use the maiming ritual to help someone else with something, you maim them, not yourself. That's why Chenoa doesn't have this ritual. Anyway, so she's going to do a face painting on you.
Cool.
And on herself as well.
Okay.
So it'll take like she's doing 30-minute ones because she only needs the 1 point for each. And yeah, so Wilhelm's getting some beautiful face painting.
Cool. Exactly how much paint is going on Wilhelm's face is a pertinent question.
Why?
Like, just how painted up is he going to be? Is it like geisha, or is it like lines and stuff? Is it like a full thing of paint?
It's not going to be like a full face of paint. It's going to be like markings.
Okay.
Like it might be like the top half of your face with like some adornments and stuff.
A few times, like, he goes a bit red and just starts like looking in other directions and tilting his head a bit so you can access other parts of his cheek and stuff.
She'll just move your head as she needs it.
Yep.
She's like doing this ritual and she's like, I haven't actually painted someone's face before, so I think it looks nice. I think. It's so weird.
Yeah, we'll look.
Alright, so Wilhelm's is successful to get points, and Chenoa's is also just successful. She's a little bit distracted. After doing Wilhelm's, she's just like, oh look, there's this pretty boy with face paint that I did. And she's like not focusing as much on her, so she just barely makes it. And then she's like, alright, I don't know. Let's just try this, alright? And so she's sitting cross-legged in front of you on the bed, and she's gonna hold out her hands for you.
Yep.
And hopefully you're gonna...
Yeah.
He'll take her hands, and she's gonna, like, close her eyes, and she's gonna start the vision quest. And we're going to the hunting grounds, y'all.
Okie dokie. So you guys will arrive in the hunting grounds. Chenoa, you're in a familiar place. You know, you're high up in the tree.
It's also very important here because, like, Wilhelm has seen the hunting grounds. However, because she's doing this ritual, he's gonna see the hunting grounds for the first time ever the way that she sees it.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be so weird for him.
Yeah. So Wilhelm's view of the hunting grounds is entirely shaped by the Hoyle's book.
Yeah.
Which describes Manitos and all this sort of stuff as dangerous things to be very, very careful with. Follow the rules explicitly that the book lays out so you don't get your soul stolen, and you might get magic out of it. So Wilhelm's one is going to be a lot more foreboding. I'm imagining black sky with red tinted clouds that are going in the other direction and just like scary nonsense.
Chenoa's is just like a lot more like vibrant, happy, very normal. Like it's just like imagine like the perfect view. It's lovely. It's so nice. There's like trees. You can probably hear animals. There's an eagle somewhere nearby. Don't know what that's. It's also really important to note. So Chenoa's wearing her Chenoa wears very traditional clothing. So she kind of has underwear on. Other than that, they're both naked.
Great. So Wilhelm is
Your
taken...
stuff doesn't really come with you.
No. So Wilhelm is taken aback by the sheer beauty of this place, by how incredibly pretty the spirit world, the hunting grounds, can be. And he's just staring at the sky and staring around, taking in the sights and sounds of things that are demonstrably not the spookiest thing he's experienced that day, which is what usually happens with his hex slinging. And he's just stunned and he's just looking around. And then his gaze catches onto Chenoa and he's going to go so unbelievably red in the face and he's going to turn away and he's just like, and he's...
Because Chenoa has not, this is so normal for her. She hasn't thought about this at all.
Yeah.
I don't know if I've even mentioned it before. Like, clothing doesn't go with you. Gear, clothing, none of it. Like, you...
Yeah, if you want that stuff in the hunting ground, you physically need to go into the hunting grounds.
Or you pay for it with spirit weapon.
Yeah.
But that's mostly just for weapons and tools. You can technically do clothes, but, like, what's the fucking point?
Yeah.
Armor would be worth it.
You're not going to freeze to death in the hunting grounds.
Yeah. So Wilhelm is deathly embarrassed. It's like he was completely sidelined by this. He has his clothes whenever he goes because it's his own like mental cognition of things.
Yeah.
It's like it's a separate thing. He's like, I don't think about it, so I look down. If I look down at all, I see my clothes. Why wouldn't I?
I mean, it's also a case of, like, you're dealing with Manitos. You're probably not worried about that.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Oh, every time he goes to the hunting grounds from now on, he's gonna be naked. You're gonna go in to see a Manitou and you're gonna be like, naked.
If he's like, no, this is just a weird thing that your magic does. I'm fine. I'm fine with my PG-13. But yeah, no, Wilhelm's just gonna be like, yeah, he has no idea what to say. He's just like looking around in all other directions, like, so this is the hunting grounds. This is a bit different.
Yeah, we're pretty high up at the moment, and it's. I have thought about this. I know exactly. And she's like trying to get back in your eye line to like look you in the eye, and she's just like, I haven't really thought about it. I have thought about it. I know where. She's gonna point up in the sky and just be like, so that's my eagle. That's my spirit guardian.
So Wilhelm can see it?
Yeah.
Does it look like a eagle, or does it look like a weird, like...
It looks like a big fucking eagle. Like, person-sized eagle.
How high in the sky is it?
Yeah, it's always kind of nearby.
Well, because it's hard to tell
It's not like high.
Cool. Wilhelm might not be able to tell how big it is then. Because that's how looking at things in the sky works.
You will in a moment.
Oh, good.
And my eagle's gonna take us to see Morgan. Alright, you ready?
I'm ready. I'm good to go. And Wilhelm's just gonna like, in like motions, realize that he's not wearing clothes because he brings his hands up to rest on his hips and touches his hips. rather than like his pants or anything. And he's gonna be like, oh... and he... is trying to modesty.
Yeah, Chenoa's gonna take your hand though.
Oh god.
Chenoa's gonna take your hand, and I'm gonna spend a blue chip.
Yep.
And to transport me and my companions instantly to my desired destination, which is with Morgan. So my eagle's gonna swoop down and...
Here's a question.
Yeah.
Does your spirit have a say in this? If your spirit doesn't want to go somewhere?
Not really. While in the hunting grounds, the character and any of her companions are instantly transported to their desired destination without encountering any other spirits along the way.
Okay.
I flavor it as like, in my mind, the eagle kind of like swoops down like into us and like engulfs us. It like comes into like a whirlwind of like feathers and wind and colors, and you kind of, and it just like, and we just like emerge where we want to be.
That you do, but you quickly realise that you don't want to be here. The nice, vibrant landscape that you're in before is replaced with a very cold, foggy landscape. The trees all look sick and dying. Chenoa, can you roll me a spirit roll, please?
Straight up spirit?
You could do a cult as well if you want, but...
I'm better at spirit.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's an ace. That is a 16.
You are 99% sure that you're at the roots of the great tree. So the tree wasn't always like this. I mean, it's been like this for a long time now, but it wasn't always like this. This was once, a very healthy part of the tree. Since the reckoning, this place is well and truly under their influence, and it is home to a lot of nasty Manitos.
Fantastic. Is Morgan here?
Yes. So you see what looks like 5 stone pillars sticking up out of the ground. They're surrounding a tree. You see who you instantly recognise as Morgan. She is conscious and awake, and she is startled to see you. And she's chained up to one of these pillars. The 4 other pillars have people chained up to them as well, but they're in a weird state. They look like they're comatose, and they're also partially transparent. Interestingly enough as well, there's a bunch of strange carvings on the tree. Can I please get... This is more of a history roll. I would accept language.
History might be a subset of academia.
Yeah, it'd be academia history.
There is no academia history.
No.
That's like a focus, like a subset.
Yeah, it would be a focus. So if you've got academia
So
or something
I'd
else,
accept academia history, academia religion.
Cult?
I'd accept a cult.
Okay, because
Okay.
I have a cult.
I can do a cult as well.
I have 3d8.
It is going to be harder for Chenoa than it is for Wilhelm, though.
It's okay, I got an ace. I got an 11.
I got a 4 on 48.
All right, so Wilhelm is kind of just taken aback by the scene of his surroundings to really notice.
Yeah.
Chenoa, you notice a bunch of these symbols, and you're not exactly a learned woman, so you don't understand what they mean, but you recognize them as a bunch of religious symbols from very old and ancient religions. So things like the Ankh for like ancient Egyptians, like the Celtic, it's the swirly Celtic symbol, things like that.
The Zoroastrian eagle.
From a lot of different religious symbols from around the world. But you're not exactly well versed in history to recognize all of them. There's some where you recognize because they're obvious, like, oh, that thing's obviously Egyptian. Then you've got a bunch which you have no idea what they are. You probably don't even know what the ones that you do recognize actually mean, but you just recognize them.
I know they're religious symbols.
Yeah.
How is she chained to the tree?
Well, she's not chained to the tree. She's chained to
the pillar.
These pillars. It looks to be some kind of... It appears to you to be some kind of like iron shackle around her wrists.
Alright. So Chenoa's just gonna let go of Wilhelm's hand and she's gonna run up to Morgan.
She looks absolutely terrified, and she's like, "Who are you?"
Chenoa's just like, this is Wilhelm! And she's gonna start looking at the shackles and trying to figure out how to get them off.
Wilhelm's gonna be like, because he's rapidly oscillated from almost like as embarrassed as one could possibly be to like, what the fuck is this Nightmare realm again? But Nightmare is more comfortable than the previous one because well, because he's got a lot of warnings from the books and stuff. So he's gonna gather himself and he's gonna be like, sorry, Morgan, I presume?
Yeah, look, why are you here? You have to get out of here.
We wanted to talk.
It'll be back.
What'll be back?
There's a rumbling in the ground that begins to happen, and the roots of this tree that the pillars are surrounding start to kind of curl upwards and out of the ground slowly.
Hold on, we'll get you out of there and then we'll all get away, alright? Hold on. And Wilhelm's gonna like try and undo one of the other shackles.
Cool. When you go to touch it, can you roll me a vigor roll?
Okay, because does Chenoa need to do this? Because she was also trying to get one off.
Did you touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah, roll a vigor roll.
Fuck!
Well, that is 2 explodes.
I got an exploder. I got a 10.
I got a 15.
Cool. So you guys both, it's a sensation that you're unfamiliar with, but you cop an electric shock when you touch it. It's a sensation that neither of you have ever felt before, but it's a sudden bout of pain. You kind of lurch back from it instinctively.
Okay, so it's not something that we can push through at the moment.
Okay.
The tree keeps rumbling, and you notice on the side of the trunk a face starts to form and take shape and protrude from the trunk. It's hard to tell because it's still falling, but it looks to be like a masculine face with some kind of beard.
So Wilhelm's response to what's currently happening is to attempt to cast a hex.
Yep.
Something that he's been woefully unaware of is that he can't cast a hex while on a spirit quest.
Yeah,
A spirit
sorry, man.
spirit trip. He's not in a place where the mechanics work.
Not
So-
unless you were here physically.
Yep,
Yeah,
that's
if
correct.
you're here physically, it's the opposite effect where you don't
Yeah.
have to.
Yeah, you're just good at
You-
hexes
yeah.
when you're here physically.
Yeah, I'm just chock-a-block full of spirit power all the time and can just start trying to do hexes rather than have a Manitou hand me a molded hex. So Wilhelm raises his hand and then tries to do it again, and it looks like life is leaving his face. He is going to just about shit himself as bad as one could possibly.
So at this point, an arm, like a hand followed by an arm, is like extending out like a branch from the side of the tree, and it looks like a knee, like almost like something stepping out of the tree.
How far from the tree am I?
Oh, you're really close because
Within 5 yards?
yes.
Fantastic. Chenoa's going to dump all of her gathered appeasement, so 6 gathered appeasement, into Repel Spirit.
Okay.
So, here's the important things. All I need to... Look, I don't need to know it, but basically, because I'm dumping 6, I've got 3 attempts of this.
Yep.
I've got 3 attempts to repel the spirit. So, I roll my spirit die against its spirit.
Yep.
So it's a spirit versus spirit roll. If I lose, I take 1d6 win. If I win, its spirit die is reduced by 1 level per success, and I need to get it under a d4 to repel it completely.
Yeah. And if it's repelled, it just leaves the area. Correct.
Yes.
Okay.
But like, it's...
And am I with rolling contested spirit?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's how I'm going to use all my chips this session. Yes. Okay. Okay.
Okay. I got a 23.
I also got a 23.
We tie. Okay. Yes, you guys are matched at the moment.
Okay. Second roll. Nice.
Burn a red chip.
But I will also burn a red chip. She's so good at spirit.
Do I burn another chip? I've burnt the red chip.
You're not allowed to burn
I can't,
another
I
red.
can't burn another red, but can I go up to a blue?
Yes.
Sorry, I aimed at a little
You
bit
just
too high.
throw it. You just throw it across the room.
Oh shit!
You know, 'cause you'd have- yeah.
I burnt 2 chips and I fucking rolled.
Honestly, I have not been paying attention. Is this important? Just yes or no?
I'm trying to repel a spirit that's probably about to try and eat Morgan and possibly attack us. Thank you.
So I rolled a 34.
Rodent has given me a blue chip to spend. He's paid 1 to the pot, and I am paying to add as well.
Goodbye, bounty points.
Yes. Okay. So that is, I got an ace, and then an 8, and then you spent yours, so I rolled another one, and I got an 11, and then I spent the blue and got a 9. So I'm rocking a nice 40.
Cool. You actually managed to beat this Manitou. So it's -1 spirit dice.
Per success. Now, what are the
By
successes?
die size.
Dice size. Okay. So, and it was a success of 1 raise.
Okay, so he goes down 2 dice types.
Yeah, so to a D8 if he was on D12.
Yep.
Get fucked.
Yeah,
I'm glad that my chip did
Can I
something.
have my,
it did so
D12
much.
back?
You've turned this into a
Potentially winnable.
potentially get outable situation.
Hopefully we put this fucker in the death spiral.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm gonna spend a white chip.
I've only got red, so I can't help you anymore.
We're on the last roll though, so
Okay.
Spending a white chip. Spending a white chip. Will you stop feeding me white chips, please?
I
Squid.
please don't take all my chips. I need all these chips. But I'm gonna put one in the pot to give Carrie a white chip.
Yes, okay, that's bad. That's still, wait, that was an 11. Red chip. Fuck, okay, that's only a 13.
Ooh, I got a 14.
No! Oh, so she takes 1d6 win.
That was so close. You know, I burnt all my chips to just force I like white chip. That'll do. Red chip.
I did that too.
Yeah.
Plus, I used one of Wilhelm's.
I just like forced it. I'm out of chips now.
I only take 2. Oh, I should have asked Rodent to give me another blue chip.
So, just to explain what's actually happening right now, this thing is forcing its way out of the tree, and you are trying to essentially push it back in.
Yeah.
No. Go back inside. It's not wiki time yet. Go.
Okay.
You can see, so for Wilhelm's benefit, like Morgan sees what's going on and she's absolutely terrified, and she's like scooting herself along the ground further away from this thing.
You're also watching Chenoa literally like trying to push this thing back with spiritual energy.
Yeah, we're trying to push. You start out with a big contest. You get the up on it, and you're like, the wave goes forward, and it gets pushed back a bit, and then it like takes another step forward, and you tend to recoil from it.
This is the Harry Potter.
Yeah, she probably like gets pushed back into you a little bit.
Yeah, no. So
And she's like so out of breath.
cool. Wilhelm's then gonna take a step around Chenoa, put himself between those two and this thing.
Cool. So this thing, it has one leg like almost completely out of the tree. Both its arms are, and they're kind of outstretched. You can see more of it. It definitely has a male head. It still looks like a protrusion from the tree, so it still looks like covered in very sickly looking wood and bark.
Yep.
And you see its mouth. It looks like it's trying to speak, but there's no noise.
Morgan, what is it? What is happening?
Morgan at this point she's dragged the chain as far as it can away from the tree, and she's just in tears.
Wilhelm can't not do this, so he's seized by the urge to protect, and he's going to be like, he's gonna basically shatter this tree monster. So help me, you will not lay a hand on either of them.
Cool. It looks like it's trying to speak, and you can hear some kind of muffled words. It's impossible to make out though what it's trying to say. Are you still trying to resist this thing, or you've done all you can?
I only had those 3 rolls.
You did a number on its spirit dice.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll stay like that for a little while, hopefully.
Yeah.
This thing slowly starts to emerge from the tree. Now only its left leg up to about the knee is only part of the tree, and it's very slowly stepping out, and the bark is kind of peeling away to reveal what looks like flesh underneath. Looks like an olive like skin tone.
So, while this is all happening, Morgan's on the ground like blubbering. Chenoa's gonna like quickly rush to Morgan, like grab her shoulders, look her in the eye, and be like, Morgan, I know it's scary. You gotta tell me what's happening so that we can help your family. Because all she knows about Wilhelm is like how much he loves his family, like how much he cares about family. She's hoping Morgan's got the same thing going on. She probably doesn't.
He does. He's like, I really want to know my family, but it turns out they might all be monsters. But this Morgan seems to be completely innocent. The poor duck. Like, fuck.
Yeah, Morgan, please, you gotta tell us what's going on so that we can help your family, so we can help you as well.
She points to the other 4 individuals who are in a semi-transparent state, comatose on the ground, and she seems to save them. They still have a chance.
Do the other people on the pillars look like Whateley's?
Yes, they have that pale skin tone. It's kind of hard to tell because they look ghostly.
Yeah, and they've probably all got their eyes closed and
Yeah.
shit. Yeah, Chenoa's just gonna keep at it with like, Morgan, what's happening? What is it? What is that thing gonna do to you?
At this point, this thing fully emerges from the tree. The bark kind of all sheds off, and you see a man with a white beard. His eyes look like they're glowing, like a yellow light, and the bark and wood that was on his face completely peels off. And you hear, it sounds like an elderly man. He says, "Embrace me, my child."
Get back and leave, spirit.
He looks like he's going in for a hug at Wilhelm.
Cool.
Wilhelm's out of the spirit realm. Chenoa is control. Like, he's looking at Wilhelm. He's going in for a hug. Wilhelm's in danger. Chenoa's yeeting him from the spirit quest, from the vision quest. Sorry, buddy.
Cool. Yeah.
Ship away.
Wilhelm, you just ripped out of the vision quest and you awaken back in the saloon.
Chenoa's not awake. She hasn't left yet.
Cool.
The old man, he looks genuinely disappointed. Wilhelm's gone, and he turns to Chenoa, and he says, "Soon we'll be together."
Who are you?
I'm-
What are you doing to the Whateleys?
I'm Pantheon. I've always been there. Back in your world.
Oh, this is gonna be the spirit, isn't it? Okay. I don't know what Pantheon is. Does Chenoa know what Pantheon is?
You know what a pantheon is? Like, a pantheon is like a collection of gods in like a Pacific mythology. You know, like your Zeus, Hades, and Poseidon are part of like the Greek pantheon. Like Osiris, Set, and like Isis are part of the Egyptian pantheon. Regardless of which, Pantheon is still like stepping towards Chenoa with his arms outstretched.
Oh, well, what? He's going in for the hug with Chenoa now?
Yeah.
Oh, great. You want to find out what happens?
So I'm not allowed to hug the creepy old man, but you can. It's fine.
Yeah, Chenoa's just gonna be like, she's kind of like piecing it together. She's like, oh, you want to return to the world and sit atop the mountain?
He's still stepping towards you, and he says, "Yes, will you help me?"
She takes a step back and she's like, why do you need the Whateleys to do that? And she's like, just every step he takes towards her, she's taking a step back. Sorry, Morgan.
Yeah, he is like, but he was very slowly stepping forward towards you with the hug, and he's like picking up the pace. It's very subtle. It's picking up the pace, and you because you're kind of backing up at this point. Morgan's not between the two of you, but she is like you have like a force to back up behind Morgan if you go any further.
Yeah.
Cool. He continues at you and says, "My children, they're just a means to that end." Again, he looks at your face and he kind of bends down a little bit to get a better look at your face. And he says, "People used to sacrifice all the time to me. It's no different."
Are you just gonna let this old man hug you?
No, God, no.
Then why are you staying?
At this point, he's almost, he walks past Morgan. He kind of drops his hand and kind of pats Morgan on the side of her head as he goes by. And he keeps advancing towards Chenoa.
What, does anything happen to Morgan?
No, she just looks terrified.
Keep in mind, he started a few feet away. If he just lunges at you, he might grab you before you're able to get out.
She is backing up still.
Because he's a god.
I know, but I
You are
need
so close to being hugged by the devil Jesus.
Yay, we can both be right. No, she's gonna be like, why do you wanna go back?
He looks genuinely confused by this question. And he says, "Why do you want to be loved?"
Oh, that is such a triggering question for Chenoa as well. Because, like, has Chenoa ever been loved? Who knows? No, because that's her that's like, oh, God. She's, like, still backing up. She's like, what are you planning on doing when you get back? You need sacrifices to get there, but what are you planning on doing once you get there?
The world will be remade as it was before, and all will be good.
I don't know if I believe that. I don't think I believe
Oh,
that.
yeah. Shock. You don't know if you believe. Yes, you shouldn't. Like, the all will be good bit, that's the bit that's definitely... It will be, from his point of view, all will be good. For regular people, it will be probably not quite that good.
Chenoa, can you roll me a search?
Sorry, I'm dumb. I'm dumb and I'm trying to figure stuff out as we go and I'm very slow at figuring stuff out. That's an ace. Oh, that's another ace.
It's good.
That's a 32.
Cool. In the distance, you hear a very familiar screeching. It sounds like the sirens. You can also hear a few other animalistic noises, which you're unable to pick out what they actually are, but they are getting closer.
What does that mean? Why
You're
am
about to be jumped.
I'm an idiot.
You're getting jumped. The Manitos are converging on you.
You are going to die.
Yeah. You're at the roots of the world tree. You are in the worst place imaginable.
Yeah, she's never
Actually,
been
it's the
on.
second worst place imaginable.
Okay.
There is
Happy
actually
with
more down.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
We have not reached the bottom of the barrel, although we're getting there.
I am the fish in the barrel that they talk about.
Yeah, you
You're
are.
about to get shot.
You are. You're gonna learn all this stuff and then die, and we're gonna be like Chenoa, and you're gonna wake up with glowing eyes, like embrace me, my son. And Wilhelm's gonna be like,
Mommy
I'm
issues.
Literally, where's my hug?
Chenoa's just straight up. God, she was trying to repel a fucking god. Oh my god. Okay.
She's doing well.
She was.
And it's not a god.
I mean, he said he was.
He says he is. You're pretty sure he's not a reckoner. Not that you've encountered a reckoner. From your understanding, you don't think you could encounter a reckoner and remain sane afterwards. Also, you know that the reckoners aren't here. They're in the Deadlands.
Yeah, she's. How far away was the screeching that she was hearing?
Not far. And it's getting closer.
Yeah, she's gonna be like, why does Morgan think that she can't be saved, but the other ghostly ones can? Oh, because they're gonna be in the situation where it's like they're like what she was in the cave,
yeah,
and she's there physically now because she died, right?
something like that probably.
I'm
They're not fully there, which is why they look ghostly
Which means their souls can be returned to their bodies.
or something.
They
Yeah,
have physical forms to return to. She doesn't.
or they're just partly somewhere else still. Or we might be able to interrupt the ritual or something.
Or I might just be able to come back here later and cast Repel Spirit on them. That'll send them back to their bodies.
Morgan was the nexus for a bunch of supernatural stuff.
Yeah.
You'd be waking up whatever person you're waking up in the middle of the fucking shitstorm, whatever's going on.
Yeah, but like if we go find them,
So we need to find them.
we
You
find
need
them,
to
and
go.
then she can go there and like repel the spirit while we're with them.
Yeah.
Chenoa's gonna figure she's got like one more thing that she can say before she needs to like yeet herself out of here.
That's not an incorrect assessment.
Yeah, she just asks one more thing and gets tackled by a siren immediately. I mean, I can hear them, I can't see them.
You can't see them yet, but you know that
They're coming.
They have hearing-based attacks.
I know.
Okay.
They're bad at them. We've proven that. Sirens, no issue. Chenoa, fucking up sirens left and right.
Chenoa also knows that Manitos in the hunting ground are formless, generally speaking.
Oh yeah.
So this guy, assuming it is a Manito, is choosing to reveal himself to you in a way that he deems fit.
Yeah, Chenoa's like really upset. She's just gonna look at Morgan and she's gonna be like, I'm so sorry. Chenoa, her eyes snap open in front of you and she starts crying because she feels so helpless and like so useless, and she couldn't help someone who needed help, and you know, she put you through that.
What you came back to was Wilhelm over you, just like hands on your shoulders, like Chenoa.
Yeah, so you've got your hands on her shoulders, like yelling in her face. She opens her eyes, she just starts crying, and she's just gonna throw herself forward into you for a hug.
So Graves and Leopold were in. I assume they were in your room, Graves?
Yeah.
Yeah, you hear a lot of yelling coming from the next room.
Graves will, pretty much drop what he's doing, and he'll like pick up his gun and.
While this was going on, you were treated to Leopold, like showing you everything that he bought. He's unpacked his like backpack on like the floor of your room, and there's a lot of stuff there. A lot of it's going to be really useful. A lot of it's going to be so situational. It's like, man, that's just, you're carrying that around. Like,
Look, it's his own business. You don't need to drive into it now, but the whole time he's there, I'm basically grilling this guy. I'm on his life story.
yeah.
Yeah.
I will send you that stuff.
Cool. But yeah, once that happens, he's not going to burst out of his room, but he's just going to be like, wait here. And he's just going to pick up one of his shotguns, like open the door and just calmly go to the door and like knock on it and be like, everything all right in there?
Chenoa's just like in Wilhelm's arms weeping. The door's locked, can't get in anyway. And she's just like, she's woken up, she's crying, she's thrown herself into Wilhelm's arms, and she's just blubbering and like muttering over and over again. She's like, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
So Graves knocked on the door and was like, everything all right in there?
Yeah.
Wilhelm, being the only one like that can really respond, is gonna, like, he takes a few deep breaths and is like, Just a bad experience, Mr. Graves. I think everything's fine. I don't think either of us... I don't think it got too bad. I don't know.
What the hell are you talking? What's happening?
I can't shout
Grace
it.
just breaks down the door.
I can't shout it out, Mr. Graves.
Oh, okay. Does it involve our work here?
Yes.
All right.
Yeah, very much so.
Excellent. Well, good luck with that.
Wilhelm wasn't going to be able to... He was like, I can't explain this. This is a nightmare. I can't just be like, oh, we've experienced a literal nightmare, because anyone who's nearby is going to be like, they're crazy. They're crazy witches.
He's just going to say, can I help at all?
I don't know. I might... Hold on. And he's going to, like, pat Chenoa, push her off him slightly, and he's going to get up and he's going to go open the door and let Graves in and close the door, and then, like... He's going to whisper to Graves, like, here's what happened. It was fucked. There was a period in the spirit world where I wasn't there and don't know what happened, and now she's like this. And he's going to go back over to Chenoa and give her another hug.
Chenoa's just like, hand in her hands, like, bawling her eyes. She's like, oh. Okay.
I apologize in advance, but Graves is automatically just going to look between the two of you and be like, can you tell if someone's being possessed by a Manitou?
No.
Is there any way that you can tell? Do you possess a hex of any kind?
Not right now. I can try and learn one.
Chenoa's just like, I'm fine.
Graves is just gonna stand there a little bit, and he's gonna be like, are you sure about that? Because Howard can't possess people's information, right? Like, they don't know everything that you know.
I think that's correct.
Yeah, Graves is gonna be like, when did we meet? He's treating this like you could be possessed if you're freaking out like this.
Yeah,
Because he's never seen you cry like this.
Yeah.
It's okay. It was very triggering. Okay, he said a trigger phrase for Chenoa. Okay, no, she's just like, we met on the bayou bride when Wilhelm came to talk to me at the bar.
What did I give Wilhelm when we arrived at the town of Little Rock?
Some kind of gun.
All right. And who is our newest traveling companion? Please.
Can I get search rolls from everyone except... Oh, just not Chenoa. She's a bit too...
She's a bit distressed.
Indisposed.
Search, you said?
I need to stop playing out. Like, every time I try to do something in character with Chenoa, I'm always, like, smiling and happy. Like, I'm happy to be here. And I can't get into, like, the feeling. Like, I want to be able to get into the mood of the character better. But I don't want to just be a crying woman.
Appreciate that.
Do it.
I rock a crisp 16.
I got a 10 on
Cool. You both
the D8.
noticed that Leopold has, like, poked his head through the door.
Leopold, you fuck. I'm trying to grill someone here.
He hears a lot of crying and
grilling.
commotion, and he's kind of, like, checking in.
Let me cook. Let me cook, boy.
Also, Wilhelm's face is like, he's painted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wilhelm's done to the nines.
Oh, okay. Yep. Okay, that makes sense. Graves is just gonna... He will unironically be like... Alright. He's gonna be like... You're probably not possessed, which means you can tell me later when you calm down. Right? Then he's gonna be like, alright, I'll give you two some space. And then he's gonna turn around and be like, come on, Leopold.
Yep, right. We're all good in here.
Yeah, we're all good.
Yeah, you take your leave, and at that point, I'm going to end the session there, you guys.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, thank you for the session.
I think everybody gets a chip because of the
I did literally nothing.
big revelations.
Only W's here.
Yep, big revelation ships.
Fucking hell, Cat. Shut up!
I mean, that's the first time she's ever interrupted.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
That is. To be
Right.
fair.
This is a perfect example of huckstering.
got a black joker.
He literally like rolls his blanket off and he's got his gun already in his hand.
It's not the best owl in the area. You can see an owl in the sky, which is a bigger, stronger owl.
Yeah, he just passes out from blood loss.
He's just gonna bleed to
he's
death
just
in the
dead,
woods.
yeah.
I shoot him.